Hello, welcome back to the We Are City channel for an episode of our Manchester City career mode here on FC 25, where things get pretty important in today's episode. It's the 29th of January and we need to address the holding midfield situation, which will be solved in today's episode without a doubt. We need to know who's coming in that holding midfield role, who is our choice, and what's going to happen. We've also got big games in our final Champions League fixture. Manchester City currently sit 4th place in the Champions League on 15 points. Top of the table in the Champions League qualification stage is Arsenal on 17. And we play Club Brugge down, all the way down, Club Brugge pretty far away down in 18th. Still with a chance though to qualify for a qualifying round. But a Manchester City defeat to Club Brugge or a draw could still put us into an extra qualifying round. So winning against Club Brugge at home is important, is necessary, and we go into the game against Club Brugge knowing 3 points might put us top of the table, but as long as we finish in the top 8, we're happy. We have to win to finish in the top 8. A draw might just get us there as well, but a defeat certainly would put us into an extra qualifying round, which we do not need. Despite this being perhaps a must-win game, with tired legs, City have to make rotations to the starting 11, and Pep Guardiola does make rotations to our starting 11. Grealish, Kyogo and Oscar Bob is our starting front three, with Captain Bernardo Silva, Mateo Kovacic and Mateus Nunes in our midfield three. It's Walker, Akanji Diaz and Rico Lewis the back four, with Stefan Ortega in goal. Ederson is on the bench with Nathan Ake, Joshua Vardiol, Nico Riley, Ilkay Gundogan, Foden, McAtee, Savinho and Erling Haaland, with plenty of options off the bench if we need to call upon our more senior players. Final game of the Champions League qualifying rounds for Manchester City as we take on Club Brugge in the Champions League. Match day 8 of our league phase, led out by Captain Bernardo Silva, who's wore the captain's armband quite a lot this season. City with a rotated side despite being a must-win game. There's a couple of known players in that Club Brugge side, notably the former Liverpool and Sunderland goalkeeper Simon Mignolet starts in goal. So a big game on the line here for Manchester City as we play Club Brugge at home in the Champions League. They know they need 3 points to perhaps qualify for the knockout stages. Bernardo Silva, Jack Grealish. Jack Grealish is offside here. How is Grealish offside? How lazy must Jack Grealish be to be offside there? Kovacic. Lewis. In behind to Grealish here. Grealish the far post, and Jack Grealish is offside again. Physical force that Walker's up against, but Walker makes the challenge again. He's done okay, Kyle Walker, in these situations, but it's offensively where Walker lacks, isn't it, really? And defensively, his actual intelligence sometimes. Ball through here, he's brilliant. Offside, that was a great ball. In position with a chance here. Yeah, slow to get across to this one. And a shot is put wide by the striker, but Ruben Diaz just seemed really slow to get across the striker there. Vanaken. And here Akanji in there again. Diaz also. City win it back again. Kovacic. The game's a little bit open at the moment. Bernardo Silva. The ball is not played there when we've got Oscar Bob in acres of space on the right side. Why would I pass it to the player who's surrounded by players? I just wouldn't do, would I? Grealish. Onto Kyogo here, and cleared away just at the last by the defenders. Walker. Right in the stroke of half-time. It goes half-time, 0-0 against Club Brugge. Not good enough and very complacent for Manchester City in those first 45 minutes. The half-time substitution for Pep Guardiola's side. A tired Rico Lewis is off, and on comes Joshua Vardiol in the full-back role, hoping that can make a big difference for us. And behind to Walker. Heads it down towards Kyogo. Back over top to Oscar Bob here. Good ball by Kyogo. Bob. Cross the box to Jack Grealish and dealt with by Club Brugge. Kovacic. Bernardo Silva. Bernardo catches it and cleared away. Could he have threaded that through to Kyogo? And towards Oscar Bob. Spins his man here. He's done the fullback here, Bob. Brilliant from Oscar Bob. Absolutely fantastic from Bob here. Bob into the box. Bob. Bob to the edge of the box here. It's Vardiol with a strike, and it's a save by Mignolet. Good catch by the fullback, but he couldn't put it in the back of that corner City. Nunes. Nunes in towards Kyogo. Onto Jack Grealish here. Grealish. Back to Kyogo. Kyogo hits it! And a good save by Mignolet again. Behind front of the corner for Manchester City, are pushing now for that winner. Vardiol through a bit of a space here. Vardiol. Referee! Takes him out. Kyogo picks it up. Kyogo! Kyogo! Kyogo in the 83rd minute. What a signing he could prove to be. Well, I'd stop playing there because I thought it was a foul on Vardiol. But some sort of advantage is played, and Kyogo goes through and scores. He has got a real ability to find the back of the net, Kyogo. And off he goes. Bit of space. Could I cut it back to Oscar Bob? No need. Near post finish from Kyogo. And he gets another goal for himself for Manchester City in the Champions League. Beats Mignolet at the near post. What a strike from a new signing who's proving to be a real impactful player. Cross does come in. Kyle Walker can't get there, but Stefan Ortega will win it. Drop on it. Walker. Out to Oscar Bob. Oscar Bob. Can't lose it there, Bob. Can't really lose it there. Manu Akanji steps out, as does Kovacic. Kovacic can't win it. They're going through here, Club Brugge. Trouble for Club Brugge! And trouble for Manchester City, who conceded the death. That could knock us out of the Champions League. And we are only got ourselves to blame once again. Full-time Manchester City 1. Club Brugge 1. There won't be any more time. A late Kyogo goal does not give City the winner because we defend like clowns once again. We've given the ball away in a good position and we are punished once again. And there's lots to think about with Pep Guardiola's side because time and time again, this City team, Kovacic should make the challenge. He doesn't win the ball back and City go and concede late on. So frustrating. Well, despite the pretty poor result against Club Brugge, 5 wins, 1 draw and 2 losses take us through automatically into round of 16 in the Champions League. We go through alongside Arsenal, Barcelona, Real Madrid, Inter, Bayern Munich, Stade Brest, who've been very, very good, and AC Milan. And the qualifying stage is the next qualifying stage, the knockout stage, where they have to try and qualify again. We find Benfica, Feyenoord, Juve, Atletico Madrid, Aston Villa, Paris Saint-Germain, Sporting, Bologna, Stuttgart, Liverpool, PSV, Club Brugge, Celtic, Young Boys, Sparta Praha and Borussia Dortmund. I think that is maybe Lille and Monaco as well, but Leverkusen knocked out, surprisingly, alongside Leipzig, Atalanta, Salzburg, Girona, Dynamo Zagreb, Stromsged, Gatali, Donetsk and also Sturm Graz. They are out of the Champions League. Well, in the last episode, we did look at possible replacements for Rodri. We had a really highly detailed segment on that, and we picked out lots of options that we're going to look at right now, and options that we can't sign in the January transfer window, and who we decided with in the end to replace Rodri. We had Pepelu on the list, a Valencia midfielder, a £51 million lease clause. We had Hugo Larsson of Eintracht Frankfurt, market value at 19.5 million. In the end, we said that he offers nothing really at all to what Rodri offered in terms of statistic ability. He's nowhere near the player that Rodri is. Despite good physical, good dribbling and good pace, his passing is not to the standard at all. And in the end, despite being quite a big man, he's not anywhere near what we want from Rodri. A Rodri replacement anyway. We had Sergi Altimira of Real Betis. He was in our high risk category, wasn't he? 15.5 million worth, 78 rated. Quite a reasonable all-rounder. Stylistically, not far off what we expect from a Rodri replacement, of someone directly replacing Rodri, but we said he's just nowhere near the standard, and he's not the player we're looking for to come in. We had sort of number 8, Nico Berea was one of Inter. An all-rounder, 71.5 million market value, which is a lot of money, more than we were willing to spend. Most we're willing to spend is around 55 million. In the end, we said he just wasn't the right player. It'd be amazing for the City midfield, but he's not the midfielder we want to replace Rodri. So Nico Barella was also struck off the list as we kept working our way down through the other options. We had Morten Holmjand, who plays for Sporting, only 25 years of age, the Danish international. Again, a real all-rounder, 30 million market value, and he would come in at the price we're looking for, but like the others, we decided as that sort of destroyer role that Holmjand can play. He's a little bit more than that, to be fair. He just wasn't quite there. High risk option in Adam Wharton. He's another one that wasn't quite what we wanted. However, we did say he's certainly one for the future of this side. That's the sort of midfield we're looking for. His key passes and so on are really high. You can see he's got 82 passing, 31.5 million. He's not experienced enough, I don't think, quite yet in the Premier League, considering he came from Blackburn only so many months ago, didn't he, to play for Crystal Palace. We had Samuel A. Ricky, who was actually a really popular choice amongst you guys when it came to votes and things in the community tab. People really seem to like Samuel A. Ricky, but the problem is with him, he's just nowhere near anything that we want from a Rodri replacement. It sounds like he could be a good player. I mean, he's putting the right interviews out, isn't he? Saying that, I'm a bit like Rodri, and I base my game off Rodri, but he's nothing like Rodri, really, at all. Statistically, style of play, When we looked at the statistics, we were happy with him. Bruno Guimaraes is another one. Bruno is the player that City really wanted this summer, wasn't he? £100 million release clause. Now, we signed him in the FC 24 reboot, so that would strike him off my list. But he wasn't too far off one of the best options, but he wasn't the best option in terms of someone who I believe was a natural number 8. Someone else did pip him to the post in terms of that position, but a real all-rounder on this game. Martin Zubimendi was one of the favourites. 82 rated, and stylistically, playstyle-wise and everything, very, very similar to Rodri. Very similar to Rodri. And he was one on our final list of 3, Martin Zubimendi. No release clause in FC 25, you can see there, but we could go and sign him for around 50 million. 25 years of age, and he could come in and without a doubt do the Rodri role with absolutely no problem. However, when Rodri came back, would he like to play more? Another one of our favourites in the top 3 was Alan Varela FC Porto. Stylistically and stats-wise, very similar to Rodri. I was very surprised. 5'10", you wouldn't think he was similar to Rodri, but looking at the way he played, he was actually, alongside Zubimendi, one of the most similar players to Rodri we can go and get. Now, he has a release clause around 50-odd million. Of course, it doesn't have that in FC 25, but we tried to keep things realistic, so we're looking at making that deal happen, perhaps. Ruben Neves, we couldn't look at his statistics, unfortunately. Being in the Saudi League, we couldn't compare him, so we ruled him out straight away. But actually looking at him in-game stats, I mean, 86 passing is unbelievable. I think he would be coming way too expensive, though. And at 27 years of age, playing in the Saudi League. Manchester City wanted him in the past. Wolves quoted him 100 million, but he decided to go for Rodri instead. I think in the end, that was a very, very good move, wasn't it, for Mr. Ballon d'Or himself. So that rules Neves out. So we've got Zubimendi, we've got Alan Varela, and the final one of the options of 3 is Joshua Kimmich. But big value, expected to stay at Bayern Munich, and at 29 years of age, I don't think he's exactly what we want. So it's between Zubimendi and Alan Varela, and we signed Zubimendi, didn't we, in FC 24. It rules it down to one option, and one option only. We'll just look at some of the play styles that Alan Varela does possess. Incisive pass, long ball pass, which are 2 really key ones. The block, the intercept, the slide tackle, and he's also press proven, which shows he has everything we want from a player. Stats-wise, great ball control, great dribbling. Finishing head and accuracy not so good. Neither is free accuracy. Good, decent long passing, even better short passing. Those short passes, good long shots, good shot passes. A bit of a danger from range, a little bit in that sense. Defensive awareness 78. He's relatively quick, which I think we can work on, getting a little bit quicker, getting around the field a little bit more. Strength 77, stamina 84, balance 79. But only 75 jumping. Another part of his game I'd like to work on is his aerial ability, but mentally wise, I mean, look at that: interception 78, composure 82, aggression 88, reactions 81, and vision 77. I think he's very close to what City wanted in Bruno Guimaraes, and probably a cheaper option, a different sort of Bruno Guimaraes player. In terms of enhanced roles, want to get him playing as a deep line playmaker, probably as a holding player as well, but he has everything to succeed here at Manchester City. Well, deal agreed for a new midfielder. In he comes from FC Porto, a real aggressive ball-winning midfielder, someone who wants to pick the pass that he can do after being aggressive, winning the ball back. Aerial-wise, he's going to struggle perhaps, and that is one thing that we said we don't want from our midfielders. But I do think the fact that he's young, he can get around the midfield. That is something we lack in Kovacic, Gundogan, Bernardo Silva. Just haven't got the energy to get around anymore. Alan Varela does have that, and he joins Manchester City. Welcome from FC Porto, our Rodri backup signing. Alan Varela is a Manchester City player. Well, Alan Varela will wear the number 22 shirt for Manchester City this season, and we're going to train to be a holding midfielder. He'll improve his jumping, his defensive attributes, as well as his long passing, shot power and sprint speed. Get him to be faster, better in the air, and more the all-round midfielder we're looking for. On deadline day, one of our youth players leaves the club. It's Emilio Lawrence joining Racing de Ferrol in a 6-month loan. 1 hour remains, transfer window over. Cheeky Begiristain is finished as Manchester City's sporting director. Thank you, Cheeky Begiristain. So, squad finalised for the season. This is how the Premier League table is looking. Manchester City 4 points off the top of the table, with league leaders Spurs still up there. And Man United and Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool included, in a big title race between 6 or 7 teams here, are hot on our heels. Away City go to the Emirates to face 4th place Arsenal. Well, tired legs in this Manchester City side force us into changes, and we do make changes in the City side, starting with a 4-2-1 3 formation. Ederson will start in goal. It's John Stones, captain Ruben Diaz, Nathan Ake and Joshua Vardiel. A very strong looking back four where we'll see John Stones step up into that midfield. I would like to start Akanji, to be honest with you, but Akanji very tired to on the bench. Alan Varela makes his Manchester City debut. Baptism of fire, you could say, for the midfielder, who starts in the whole midfield role alongside Gundogan straight away from his first appearance for the club against Arsenal Emirates. Big pressure on him. That side should be strong enough, though, to get points, and all 3 points at the Emirates. Well, this is a massive game in the title race as the two sides arrive at the Emirates Stadium here. City 4 points off league leaders Tottenham Hotspur after 23 Premier League fixtures. 3 points on the line, necessary 3 points, otherwise a defeat today would put Arsenal heavily in that title race, maybe ahead of us. Well, come the two sides at the Emirates here today, and you can feel a tense atmosphere at the Emirates between the City and Arsenal fans, the City and Arsenal players, and also the two managers in Mikel Arteta and Pep Guardiola. Both sides know anything other than a win here today for either side might knock both sides out of a title race. And they've made one very interesting signing, one that was on our list of signs to make, but they've pipped us to the post and brought in Jeremy Frimpong. Unfortunately, he is not a fullback we can bring in to replace Kyle Walker, and we're going to have to look elsewhere, as the young Dutch fullback has been signed by Arsenal and starts for Mikel Arteta's side today. £80 million they paid for Jeremy Frimpong, a player that we wanted ourselves. So David Raya starts in goal. It's Calafiori, Saliba, Gabriel and Frimpong the back four. Rice, Merino and Odegaard the midfield three, with Havertz, Martinelli and Saka the front three. Frimpong, that right wing-back role, definitely a player we can get at. So Manchester City versus Arsenal today at the Emirates. A win is necessary for either side. A draw here today for City, and surely Spurs go way clear in the title race. So City have got to come and get all the points. Well done, Ake. Savinho. Look at that space for Haaland to start this one. Here's Erling Haaland for Manchester City. Haaland up against Saliba. Haaland cuts inside Saliba. Haaland pulls the trigger! Haaland puts it wide. What a chance, and Erling Haaland can't finish it off. Does get there into Savinho, well played. Haaland and Erling Haaland, his movement is so bad. Goes the wrong way. Martinelli, Havertz. Back to Saka. Chance here for Havertz, and over the bar by Kai Havertz, who snatched out with the right foot. And Alan Varela's going to try and get across because Stones is out of position. Here's Martinelli. He's helping out Diaz. Here's Varela. Varela, good challenge on Martinelli. Not once but twice, and he puts it down for a corner. Not a bad debut so far for Alan Varela. Martinelli. And Savinho. Quick feet. Saka with a strike here, saved by Ederson. Behind for a corner. He's just late to get out to them there. Really late to get across. Foden into Haaland here. Against Frimpong. He'll get away from Frimpong and Gabriel. Great running by Haaland here. He's Erling Haaland for Manchester City! And we have the lead at the Emirates. Come on! Goal for Erling Haaland, assist for Phil Foden, and City have the lead at the Emirates. Massive goal. Away from Gabriel, holds off Frimpong, who's quick but physically nowhere near. An attacking talent certainly Frimpong, but defensively struggles. And a brilliant goal by Erling Haaland. Manchester City have the lead at the Emirates, and it's City's main man. And Phil Foden with the assist, 1-0 on the 19th minute mark. Felt like a bit of a foul in there, if you ask me. Martinelli. Into Havertz. Back onto Martinelli. Nathan Ake with a fantastic challenge in the box there from Ake. Stones back to Ederson. Ederson forward again towards Savinho. What a ping to Savinho that is. Up against Calafiori. Oh, no! Never asked him to do that. Phil Foden is the pass. And the game says no. Why go to Phil Foden? And we can go somewhere else. Savinho. Foden still. Through to Savinho on a ball. He's offside again. Always offside on this game. Dusty back to Gundogan. Horrible pass by Gundogan. Martinelli. Plays into trouble there. Gundogan. Martinelli in a save. Ederson behind for a corner. But City, we cannot keep giving it away as if it is just, you know, no problem. Oh, off the post by Phil Foden. Saved onto the post by Phil Foden. Something we certainly are lacking, it feels like. Doku. Foden. Back towards Doku. Haaland makes a run. Foden. Right to Erling Haaland here for City. Foden. Doku. Foden. Doku makes a run here. He's onside. Doku! 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 Doku gives City a 2-0 lead at the Emirates. Foden picks the pass again. And Doku scores to Manchester City 2-0. Come on. Frimpong out of position again. Doku finds that little gap between Gabriel and Frimpong. And we feed it through with Phil Foden. And Jeremy Doku is there. And Jeremy Doku scores. Lifts it over Raya. I thought it was going wide, but no, this time Doku makes no mistake. Just lifts it over Raya just. And we have a 2-0 lead at the Emirates. What a stressful game. From Arsenal 0, Manchester City 2. Great tackle by Stones. Luckily for Martinelli, it falls right back to him. Martinelli. Back to Havertz. Save by Ederson. Back to Saka. Vardiol makes a crucial block. He's behind for a corner. Frimpong's not exactly sure what to do against Jeremy Doku. He's done him again there. And taking him down here, Frimpong, who's being run riot by Jeremy Doku, that right-hand side referee. Get the yellow card out for the Dutchman. Frimpong, the former City youth player, can't get anywhere near him. And it's a red card for Jeremy Frimpong. Well, Manchester City, he was on our list of right-backs, one that was a favourite for you guys to sign to replace Kyle Walker. We might have just not dodged a bullet, but dodged a nuclear missile. And Saka comes off for Sterling. Into Gundogan. Gundogan for City. Foden. Haaland is in again here. Haaland's in again! Straight at Raya. Doku picks it back up off Gabriel. And then he doesn't get the cross and he's tackled. Ødegaard. Alvarella goes chasing. Mikel Merino. Jesus. Great challenge by Diaz. Into Savinho. Onto Haaland. Through to Phil Foden. Foden here for City. Foden. Back into Haaland here. Away from Saliba. Haaland holds him off. Haaland again! Good save by Raya again. Stones away straight back to Arsenal. Ødegaard again. Gabriel Jesus. Nathan Ake with a tackle in there on Jesus. Referee says a foul. Well, we know what's coming here. Ake's off. Not even a yellow card for Nathan Ake. Well, that will enrage Arsenal fans. Was he last man? Well, surely Ødegaard puts this in the back of the net anyway. Ødegaard! It's in. 2-1 Arsenal pull one back. 5 minutes remaining. The 7 of Arsenal score from the free kick. Martin Ødegaard from the spot. Up and over the wall. Fantastic free kick into the back of the net. Foden again. Foden through to Haaland again. Away from Saliba again. Haaland this time! And Raya makes another save. Erling Haaland against any other keeper scores a hat-trick today. I'm certain of that. Into Rico Lewis. Bernardo Silva. Bernardo. Grealish. Jack Grealish! Off the post by Grealish. Foden for City. Foden. Foden. Across to Haaland and again. Arsenal deal with it. The full-time whistle goes. A 2-1 win. The debut from Varela was relatively solid. He leads us to a win at the Emirates. Jeremy Frimpong in his Arsenal debut, not so impressive. A red card. Really struggling against Doku. That 3 points is massive for our season. It really is. 3 points off Tottenham Hotspur, but that only means 1 win against them and we're top of the table. However, we're way behind on goal difference, only 23 plus 23 for City. Tottenham ahead by 10 goals. Our issue is scoring goals. Only 39 goals conceded, which is, of the top 3, the worst. We need to score more goals. That has been a big issue this season. And we're not going to end the episode with Premier League action. We're going to end the episode with FA Cup action, because it's Manchester City versus Leicester at home, round 4, our first game in the Emirates FA Cup. And like I said, if we're going to win the treble, the FA Cup is on the line. This aside for Leicester City today, Grealish, Bob and Kyogo is our City front 3, with Phil Foden in behind. Alan Varela partners Matteo Kovacic in the midfield 2, with Lewis, captain Kyle Walker, Manu Akanji and Joshko Vardiol the back 4. Walker starts at centre-back, Stefan Ortega our goalkeeper. We've got big options on the bench in the likes of Erling Haaland, Ilkay Gundogan, Nathan Ake and Bernardo Silva. More fringe players in Mateus Nunes, and then younger players in McFarlane, O'Reilly and James McAtee. Well, I mistakenly thought this was City's first appearance in the FA Cup season. Of course it's not. Kyogo, when he signed for Manchester City, made his debut in the Emirates FA Cup. We went away from home, and he's currently the top goal scorer in this competition after 1 game, 4 goals. Out leads us captain Kyle Walker. Manchester City versus Leicester City, live from the Etihad Stadium. Madsen starts in goal, and Didi and Winks in the midfield. They've got Arsene Edouard up top. No Jamie Vardy. He's not even on the bench for Leicester today. I assume that's due to injury. Push backwards. Kyogo. Again, we win it and lose it. We can't win the ball. Kyogo can't win it. And Didi. So frustrating. Vestergaard. Here's Edouard against the Kanji. Past the Kanji. Usan Edouard. Usan Edouard! Good save by Ortega. Behind for a corner. What a save by Stefan Ortega. Poor by Manchester City, who started really badly today. Kanji chases him. Anyway, Kanji makes a challenge out for a throw in for Leicester City. Well, 64% possession. Leicester City's favour. A Kanji, great win. Again! Every time we win the ball, we give it straight back to them. Grealish. Somehow not offside. Kovacic. Foden. Foden for City. Just gives it back to Leicester City. Have it back, he says. Kovacic makes a foul. Free kick Leicester. Crap! Utter crap from this side. Embarrassing this game is. Foden. Back through to Kyogo here. Kyogo's in. Kyogo hits it. Good save. And Kovacic is nowhere near it on the edge of the box. The second half underway at the Etihad. Absolutely nothing to show for that absolute waste of a first half for Manchester City. Intercepted by Joško Vardiol. Forward to Jack Grealish. Phil Foden. Back wide to Grealish. Oh my God. Stop passing backwards, you absolutely broken game. Unbelievably broken. Buonanotte. No hands on the controls. No hands on the controls because it doesn't matter. Because there's no intent of going forward here. Look at this. Look at this. I've not even got my hands on the controls. They give it away because they only want to pass it backwards. Kyogo. Kyogo. Oh. Buonanotte. Mavidi. Rico Lewis. Mavidi, great play. Good save by Ortega. Don't buy it. Kyogo. Foden. Foden. Vardiol on the volley. Great finish by Joško Vardiol. And City leading the FA Cup at the death. What a run by Vardiol from fullback. Great ball over the top by Phil Foden. And City score late in this one. Vardiol comes forward from fullback. Clipped over the top by Phil Foden. It's a first time volley by City's marauding fullback Joško Vardiol. Manchester City 1, Leicester City 0. Right before the death. And that means City can go, hopefully, away with a round to the next stage of the FA Cup. And we can end today's episode with another win. Oscar Bob, and that is full time. We end the episode with a win over Leicester City in the Emirates FA Cup. The most dull and boring game you'll ever see. But we win and we go through. Thanks for watching. Please like the video if you aren't already. And please do subscribe to the channel if you are new. If you want to see all behind the scenes and so much more, extended episodes, unedited gameplay, join the We Are City Members Club. Joško Vardiol with a screamer. Alan Varela, Kyogo and Frank Mastantuono all join the club in the January transfer window. One agreed for next January. And we'll see you guys next time.